good evening, everyone. It's Saturday. It's a horrible, horrible day. I don't know what the weather's like with you guys, but it's not taking time to come down here in Coleraine. It's virtually torrential. Good evening to everyone who is watching. Who all have we got here? We've got Alan Knox, Muriel, Lindsay Dunbars in Dundee. Jean Kerr is watching. William Fitton, Kenneth Hamilton, Robert Goldsmith, Sylvia Slane, Denise and Amy, Nicola McElravy, Roberta Baird, Eddie Torney says, I don't think Lisa hates us, so we might see Ballyhalbert tonight. Well, you see, now you're just going to have to watch and see, aren't you? John Strawbridge is waiting.
Valerie, was that not the one you took off the list?
Yeah, I just deleted them.
Yeah, that's that.
Yeah, that's okay. John Strawbridge says she's waiting for another good night. Mary McKee says, good evening, everyone. Eddie and Roberta Baird are watching. Stephen Jones. Hiya, Stephen. Happy birthday there for the other day. The other day during the week was what I was about to say. William Smith, Davy Baird in Stronocum. Is it raining in Stronocum tonight, Davy? Carl Porter's watching. Jennifer McAllister says, good evening all from Craigeney. Tony Miller is watching. Rab Sweeney. Hiya, Rab. Hope you enjoyed the video I put on earlier on today. Carl Porter, John Higgins, Joy Cullen, Harry is watching in Glasgow. Philip is coming from the Toon. Is that Toon Newcastle or Toon Ballymoney? Because when you say Toon to me, I think of Ballymoney. Alistair is watching in Edinburgh. Evelyn is watching. She is sitting ready and waiting. Robert wants to know if he cries enough, will he get more young defenders? Well, it's too late now, Robert. The person that you had to bribe was Lisa. So tonight we're doing all of Lisa's picks. Couple, to be fair, that I had thrown in that were sort of like overruns of requests from previous nights, but the majority of these are all Lisa's. So she is such a people pleaser. I would imagine that the majority of you are all going to be very happy. So let's get started. So the first one we are going to do this evening is a band who would have had their parade this afternoon. It is, of course, South Belfast Young Conquerors, and this is them from the 12th of July in 2004. big band out there for South Belfast Young Conkers, and 2004 doesn't really seem that long ago to me, but I suppose when you think about it, it's 16 years ago, which is pretty scary.
But Valerie, whenever you're 75, 16 years doesn't make much of a difference.
Is that your own personal experience you're talking about there, Roy?
No, well, considering you're 10 years older than me, so...
I am not, you dog, you. I am not. You're older than me. Now, Brian Emerson is watching, as is Willie Main. Rebecca and Jordan are watching, excuse me, from you know where. So is it Cullibag or Ballymena? Rebecca, it has to be one of the two.
It's Dunloy.
Is it Dunloy, she said? Oh, Rebecca, Dunloy aren't in Dunloy tonight. They're in Ballymoney. Oh, Roy Patterson says, good evening, Val, Roy and Lisa. Gareth Smith says, good evening, Val, Roy and Roy, and to everyone out there in Bandland. Hope you're all keeping well this evening. Looking forward to the show. That's Gareth in Belfast. Geraldine Stewart says, hi all. William Fenton is ready to be entertained. Robert Jess is watching from Killylay. Lindsay says, the weather is fine in Donaghadee. My goodness. Mark Sparky is in Bangor. Cynthia says, hi. Victor Brownlow's watching. Victoria says, good evening, everyone, as does David. Could you just coordinate up there and just tell me, from both of you? Are you both sitting in the same room watching the different devices or something? Because I do know couples do that, and I think it's so funny. William I. M. Doherty is watching. Andy Greer is watching. Tim and Jane Marie Cook. Hiya, folks. How are you both? Eddie Torney is it says not again. Delete it, Eddie. Absolutely delete it. Edward says there's rain in Loch Brickland, and Robert said it is very damp in Omagh. Well, it absolutely is. So Davy Semple is watching from Macrofelt. He's having a few wee ones. Brian Graham's watching, as is Ian Nicholson and Chris Elliott. My goodness, Chris. Good evening to you all. Hope you are keeping well this fine weather that we're not having. My goodness, it reminds me of a parade quite a few years ago, and it was an afternoon parade in Belfast, East Belfast, I think it was, maybe Rising Suns or something. And it didn't take time to come down. Absolutely didn't take time. I have spent my afternoon, however, in the house. I have been in heaven the whole day. I have been watching clips from 1994 onwards of the Ballymoney Cancer Research, because of course remember that next weekend should have been Ballymoney Cancer Research. So we're going to try and help them a little bit with their fundraising by getting you guys all to text donate. So we haven't asked anything from you over the 40 shows that we've done till today. Tonight's 41. So we're asking you to donate to a good cause, just because they had come to us and said if there's any way that we could help them raise money. So we're only too delighted to do so. Now, another band who would have had their parade tonight are Defenders of the Rock LUSB, and it would have been their it would have been their parade tonight, yes. I'm just thinking of myself there. This is them at the Whitewell Defenders Flute Band Parade in 2013. wee bit of I'll tell me now there from Defenders of the Rock. Going to read a few more of the texts. As you know, I always try to get through them, and I have to get through them really early in the show. Otherwise, I end up losing the history, and I can't give you all a shout out.
It's okay, Val. I'll tell your ma, not you.
Oh. Carl Robinson is watching in Liverpool. Karina McHugh says hi, Margaret and Billy in Port Glasgow. Jim Elliott is watching, as is William Lavery, who's watching in Wallerford, East Lothian. Lofty Jimmy Morrow is watching. Wallace McLaughlin is watching from Sussex. Keith is down there in Portrush. Edward says that he's watching tonight, all ears. William is watching from Scotland. Elizabeth Hannah is watching for Glasgow. John China is watching. Evening, China. How are you this evening? How much abuse are we going to get this evening? Alan Knox says, good evening to Rodney. Derek Sheridan wants to know, are we going to hear the sash tonight? I sincerely hope not, David. I sincerely hope not. But knowing Lisa, she's thrown in a few of them just for badness. Stephen Campbell says, good evening from Glasgow. Kenny Dunnigan is watching, of course, from Larne. John Hewitt is also on from Liverpool. And all Keith Bruce is on. Hiya, Brucey. Are you soberer than you were the last night that Leeds went up, because you weren't very sober that night? My mum says to call it the collarette, and I might not even notice. Oh, I think I would notice. Mark Haney's watching. William Bell's watching in Oma. Billy Pettigrew wants to know, could I wish Violet Larmer, I'm not sure, from Spring Martin, Belfast, a very happy birthday today from Billy and Mary in Scotland. We'll include that in our birthdays later. Joanne Bertney is watching. China says, are we black? Now, China, if you aren't played tonight, you can't blame me. It's all Lisa's picks. But she's such a people pleaser, I guarantee you, you're in there somewhere. Elizabeth Aiken says, music to my ears. Imagine when we get this bridge, we can do a walk to Scotland. And as somebody said on Facebook yesterday, they will rename Northern Ireland to Western Scotland. Good idea. Because I was just thinking the other day, you see, if there ever is a United Ireland, we are buggered. We are absolutely buggered. So start breeding, okay? Go for second family. We need to keep the votes up. Now, where are we going to go to next? So last night we had on a little bit of Portadown True Blues, and Lisa had said that she would balance things up tonight with a little bit of Portadown Defenders. This is them playing The Birdie in 2015. That was a shorter clip. I was expecting something longer than that. Oh, they're still playing. The only way I can hear the bands is through Roy's speakers. So it just went silent, and I thought, that's the band finished already, and just started blithering away. You know how it is. Robert Goldsmith says he is heading to Ballymoney next Friday morning. So I hear, Robert, I hear you're coming down for Feeding the Manor. Say there's not much you can do, but I know about it. David Johnson says it's raining in Skillen and Enniskillen. Mark Freeborn says that it is watching, and he's watching from wet Market Hill as well. Cookie Neil is watching. Is it rainy in Bushmills, Cookie? Alan Monty Monroe says all the best from Forfar, LOL 444. Elizabeth Courtney says hi, and Sandra Tannehill is watching with us. David Sheridan says him and Victoria are same house, different rooms. She doesn't talk to me. Well, if you're looking for the sash now, I can't say I blame her. I can't say I blame her. Craig is saying hi to everyone. Steve McKinney's looking forward to the show. Defenders of the Rock Flip Band are a great band from Lisbon in County Fermanagh. They are indeed, Alan. So we've covered County Fermanagh already. So that should keep you guys all happy tonight if I don't pay any brass. Would that work? Would that work? Let's see, where are we now? Valerie, it's Irvine McCabe here in Lisburn. How can I send some money for next week's parade? I will be putting a text. You will be under no illusions next week how to give us money for next week. It'll be by text message. We'll give you a wee message to text depending on whether you want to donate 3, 5, 10, whatever amount of money you want. Unfortunately, it doesn't go down to 1 any longer. You see, it's cheaper to go to a band parade and put £1 in a box than it is to donate online. But we'll have that on next week, and you just text to this particular number and it'll take it from your mobile phone account. Now, Roy, John Frederick Gerard Prentice wants to know if you still have the pictures of him in his birthday suit from our anniversary dinner.
I've been replying back to Willie. Now, Willie promised me when I sent him that he wasn't going to tell that he had them, and he's now let the cat out of the bag and everything else, and the private collection photos.
I'm not going to say nothing. I'm not going to say nothing. Let's just say that Roy is also the person who told me that one of his vape shows, his beloved other half, Michelle, tied him to the chair and did the vape show with him tied to a chair. And it is really just far too much information for me. Absolutely. Where are we going to go next? We're going to go to North Antrim now. This is Ballymaconley Sons of Conquers, and they are playing at Portrush Sons of Ulster Parade in 2016. Now, where are we going next? Hi, Jim in Bangor, who is watching. Myra wants us to play a bit of Ballykeil. I'm just going to have a wee quick glimpse here to see who all Lisa have chosen.
We're starting
because
to
I
get
didn't have
ready
time
now,
to
all
look
right?
at it earlier on. Well, I definitely
Okay.
put myself on mute. Okay. Oh, right. Okay. So it's not me. Clive Highlands is watching. Edward Fellows says 41 shows got me and the wife talking. Well, she tells me to stop drumming and whistling. My hubby came in earlier on today and I was sitting watching DVDs and he says, do you never get fed up watching bands? And I went, no. And he says, do you never get fed up doing that show twice a week? And I went, no. And he just shook his head and walked away. So I could totally sympathize. Now, I did say last night, give me the thumbs up there, Roy. I did say last night to make sure that you came early in the show because we were going to try something completely different that we haven't done before. So we're going to try that. Now, you may have noticed earlier on when I went through the bands who would have been having a parade this evening, there was one that was noticeably missing. So let's see what we can do about that. We're just trying to see communications. We've never tried this before, so we don't know how this is going to work. Every time you speak, Roy, it can be heard through my microphone. This is our first outside broadcast. Have we got a picture, Roy? Excellent. Enjoy. So we didn't know whether that would work or not. But what it seems to have done, I couldn't hear it from here, so I'm going to have to watch it back over again after this to hear what they've played. But they certainly look superb. Hopefully you enjoyed that. So that is live from Ballymoney. So you're live here with us, and you were also live in Ballymoney there at Fridge-in-Law. As far as I know, they're doing a wee bit of the town now, the tune, and playing a few tunes for everyone up there. And I think I saw Michelle and Richard, so I'm not expecting to see them on tonight.
And also Neil was there as well. Neil and Elaine were there, because I got the notification as soon as we put them live on my phone. I got the notification that Richard was live and Neil was live as well. So there was 3 lives all at one time of it going.
Oh, by the time you get the videographers into the crowd, that's nearly a full audience, isn't it? So that was great to be able to do that there, and hopefully it's only the first of many as parades start to tick, and at least we'll maybe try and bring you a little bit from some of them. Some of them it may not be possible at all, but we'll see what we can do just to how we can coordinate it. Hi to Reggie Cullen. Hi to Awol Smith. He is in Drizzly, Cornwall, he says. David Scott, big happy birthday. Big happy birthday to who? Yourself, David? Keith says Brissy says Super Leeds United. Oh, dear. David Scott says big happy 65th birthday to China. There's no way China's 65. I thought he was much older than that. Is he only 65? Wow. Is it seriously your birthday, China? Let us know. Where have we got to? Let me see. Good evening to Sandra Tubman. Sammy Bones is late watching Homers versus East Belfast. I'm taking that's football or not sure.
Yes, that's football. What was it? No, it was football. What was the score in the Homers versus East Belfast? I didn't hear it because I know that a Huckle Thistle got through to the final, and then they were hoping that the Homers won, which is a Ballymena team, Harryville Homers. If they won, that would make it an all Ballymena final. So, anybody let me know the score of what the score was in the Homers in East Belfast? Big Duck, seen Big Duck in. Well done on your team getting through to the final. If you still listening.
This is all completely new to me, unless it's about Liverpool. It doesn't really matter.
Exactly. So you're not a real football fan. You don't know nothing else apart from the Scouts.
I don't care about anybody else other than Liverpool. It's quite simple. Gareth Smith has sent us a wee poem. I hope you don't mind me sharing it. He wrote this during the lockdown period just for fun one night when I could not get to sleep. Leave the Room and Have a Boom by Gareth Smith. Bum diddy bum diddy bum bum bum. Here I come banging my big drum. I play a march all over the town. Some people do smile while others do frown. You have only got to see that smile on my face as I boom bang bang all over the place. I do not like to do that for the money or wealth. Some people think that I am getting ready for the 12th. Now, friends, I'm really only doing drumming for the fun. I'm marching in the drizzly rain or in the lovely sun. So why not come along with me and join in the beat? Let's put some life into the roads of every street. Excellent, Gareth. That was really, really good. Really enjoyed that. Now, Eddie says that he's seen the Loyal today in East Belfast, sounding well for the first outing. That's right. That was their first outing today for the exhibition in... I know the name of it, but it's escaped me. Bottom Newton Arch Road Community Centre. It's not Clean Place. I know where it is. I saw your clip, Eddie. I haven't got watching it all yet, but I'll have to get watching it later. Lindsay Dunbar said that there was a nice wee style about them. So I can't wait to see that. We'll maybe get it on at another night. Robert Cleland says, forget about the Gert and get the Raven on. Ballykeep Flute Band, Hollywood 1, not Ballymena 1. Big David Jeffries. Oh, that's your request in a band. It took me a wee minute there, Sammy. I have to admit that took me a wee minute there. Now, where are we going to go next? So I can relax now that we know that our live outside broadcast worked successfully, and we can now head over to County Fermanagh, and we have Yes, I know. We've been very negligent of these guys over the past few nights because we were so focused on the 12 stuff and we had so few videos of this genre of band. But thankfully, Lisa has included a couple this evening. The first one is Maguire's Bridge Silver playing on the Black Saturday Morning. I'm just reading down through the messages here. Alan Knox says, I'm the drum major of Maguire's Bridge Silver Band. So is that you out front, Alan? Oh, brilliant. Well done, Lisa. Absolutely fantastic. Good pick in there. Eddie says it's some heat of hair on the leader. I was going to say that it, Roy, I'm getting an echo. I'm definitely getting an echo. I was going to say that was China before he cut the hair. Oh, dear, 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 dear. Keith says he's listening on his new Bluetooth speaker. It sounds class. I bet you the brass or the great big bass sound on that there sounded absolutely fantastic on your Bluetooth speaker, Keith. Yes, you see all you lot that are on about Liverpool. You're going to be barred. Trolls. Barred. I know, Roy, but Michelle didn't dress you today. So, like, you know, you just come out in all the rags that you had.
Manchester United all the way, the true kings of the Premiership. 20 times. 20 times.
Keith says that the drum major in front of Dunloy was the Money's Lane footband drum major there. Excellent at her job. And of course, Robert Morrison. Of course, I have heard of Money's Lane. They're from Portrush, aren't they? Isn't that where they're from? Yeah, I think it's Portrush.
Are they still on the road?
Oh yes, they're definitely still on the road. Would you stop that? I'm putting no more bands off the road. Now, where are we going to go next? We're going to go to a Haughall for a change. This is a Haughall Sons of William playing at the Glen Hugh Parade in 2014.
It's also very fitting since a Haughall Thistle are into the final of the cup.
What cup? Is that the end of the clip? Oh, right, okay. Morris says his wee daughter used to call those silver bands the puff puff bands. She was only 5. Hey, you need a lot of puff to play those big ones at the front, that's for sure. David Sheridan says he loves the sound of a good brass band. Absolutely, David, and there is no sound like it. Well, apart from a good accordion band. Keith Weir says Money's Lane's from near Rathfriland. It's okay, folks. I didn't know where Money's Lane was from. I was being sarcastic. If you're only new in tonight, that's an excuse. If you've been watching from us for a while, then you should know that there tends to be a lot of sarcasm and slagging going on here. So you should have been aware of that. I did know where Money's Lane were, and yes, I do know all about them. What do you mean, Mummy, that I did admit the other night she's not very good at geography? Yeah, maybe foreign countries, but I know where bands come from most of the time. Speaking of bands, we have had...
can't pronounce them.
Some of the names are not the easiest to pronounce, I have to say. So we've had a lot of requests this evening or over the past couple of weeks for this next particular band. So we had them last night. If you were watching, you will have seen the little star of a triangle player. But this is once again Castle Gore Flute Band playing Church Lane. So wonderful playing there from Castle Goer, but the most important thing to William and Holland was that the drum major has great legs. He's our cases, the whole lot he is. Stephen Safford says, Valerie, tell Roy that Liverpool are the most decorated club in England. Stephen, it's like this. I was always told to never argue with a fool because they will drag you down to their level and then beat you with experience. So there's no point even trying to educate Roy about football.
Is that why you argue with me all the time? Because I'm not the fool, which makes you the fool.
I'll never argue with you. Ever. Eddie wants to know when the Low Country's Finest are on. Eddie, did you not hear me? I said I deleted it. Keith Weir says silver flutes are so much nicer sound off them. They're really, really good. And of course, Matthew Warwick was Matthew Warwick was in there. He was the one who was dancing about, not standing at peace. At any point in time, he was moving all over the place. Now, another band that we always get loads and loads of requests are for Roy's benefit. This is not White Rock. It is not
Netherton Road.
Netherton Road. It is the county, and this is them in Wishaw after the big walk. And I was sent this clip. Hopefully you enjoy it.
I wonder what would have happened if I had just played the sound from this clip, but not the video. Would have anybody have recognised who it was? Probably not.
Well, the whole point of this video is the connection that the band has with the crowd. So that would have been a waste. I just love the style. I just love the style. It doesn't matter whether it's them or the White Rock or Netherton Road. I just love that swagger and that style and the way the crowd just loves them.
It's quite obvious, though, they didn't watch the 11th Night sing-along.
Yeah.
Or before that. Yeah, so it's quite obvious they didn't watch it.
Yeah, no, they please learn the words. Well, that you can't blame the band for that. It's not the band's fault. Billy McDonald says White Lock have different coloured plumes. They do indeed. And do you know something, Billy? They have a different name on their big drum as well. That's the only way you can know the difference. Don't start Roy. Whatever you do, don't start Roy. Gillian Douglas Ray is flying solo tonight. We sick notes still not well. We were all asking about Jensen last night, Gillian. I'm wondering how he was getting on. Is he still not well? Oh, God. Tell him we're all asking for him, and a wee bit of bands will probably make him feel better. Well, it probably won't, but if tell him we're all thinking about him and to hurry up and get well because we miss him. Now, it was unfortunately the I believe that was one of my favourite tunes there, wasn't it? Oh dear, we'll get away from the sash yet. Now the next one is a special request. So the next one, we get sent a message from Una Neville. Una says, "Hi Valerie, we are getting so much joy from your virtual band parades. My husband is really doing my head in constantly watching all the old clips. I have played in accordion bands most of my life, and I've played in Killycouple accordion band from the age of 10. They were off the road for 17 years, and in 2013, I got us back together on the road again. It's a great family wee band, and so pleased we're going well. We got measured for uniforms earlier this year, as the 12th was to be hosted in our home city of Armagh, but that sadly wasn't to be. I would be so grateful if you could include us in your programme. I also play with the Pride of the Birches accordion band as well. Thank you so much for keeping our spirits high. Gratefully appreciated." Well, it is our pleasure, Una, to play your band. We have played, of course, Pride of the Birches a few times, and I think we've played this band before, but we're only too delighted to play them again. This is Killycouple Accordion Band. Lovely wee clip there of Killycouple Accordion Band. Glad we could play it for you, and I just hope you were watching. That's the main thing. Now, David Sheridan says, "Drummers at the front, I see." Yes, I know, David. We'll get them all educated. Eddie is giving off to Lisa about keeping the best to last. I told you, Eddie, we've deleted you. I gave Lisa money and she has you now deleted. So don't forget, folks, to join us next weekend, because what we're doing is a special weekend of programmes related to the Cancer Research Parade in Ballymoney. For those of you who maybe aren't aware, every year in Ballymoney and in Garva, it used to also happen in Bushmills as well, but the organisers there have a special parade purely for cancer research, and they raise many thousands every year at those parades. However, obviously with COVID, they haven't been able to do that this year, and they haven't been able to raise any funds. So the organisers of the Ballymoney parade got in touch with us and asked us to see if we could do something, if we could maybe dedicate the night of their parade to the cancer research. However, we thought we would go one better. So what we're doing is we're going to do the full weekend now of the cancer research parades. And the other day I got my hands on 15 years worth of Ballymoney Cancer Research Parade, coming right back from 1994. I posted a little clip earlier on of one of them. And I mean, it literally was just, I was playing it in the DVD in the living room and it was on the big screen TV. So I was just with my phone just taking it. So the quality is amazing. The guy who did it for me, Kenny McCrellis, is taking them off as super VHS, so that, you know, like, they're not like you'll get a VHS video and then rip it and put it onto YouTube. This is like higher quality again. Absolutely fantastic. But in the 40 weeks, we have 40 programs that we have done here, we haven't asked you guys for anything. So we're only going to ask you once in the whole time that we're doing this to help us financially.
Well, twice, because we're doing 2 nights.
Well, twice, yeah, but it's the same cause. So what we're going to ask you to do is next weekend is to help us fundraise for cancer research for the Ballymoney branch. And next week, you'll be fed up looking at it. We're going to have text messages across the screen. We're going to have scrolling to let you know how you can donate next weekend. Now, we have a challenge. I have spent 60 quid buying the 15 years of Ballymoney Cancer Research. So we need to beat that. Otherwise, I would have been just as handy handing them the 60 quid and you guys sitting at home and not having any parade that night. So We need to raise money for them, and I think you can all agree it's a very worthwhile cause. And from looking at some of the crowds at some of the earlier ones, the crowds were always fantastic. Some years it sort of went down a wee dip, but there's some of the earlier ones, crowds are amazing at them. So join us next Friday and Saturday night for those there. I know for some of you, it may not be bands that you're too familiar with because they're mainly North Coast, but there are some bands who are traveling too as well. And I don't think there's any brass. I'm going to apologize in advance. I don't think there's any brass, but it's for a good cause, and it's the only time that we're asking you for money. So, I mean, Roy and I have given up all our time for all of these weeks to do this, so you can all just, even if you just give us a £3, that's the minimum donation, just give us a £3. So, where are we going to go next?
Can I, just before we go on to tonight's band, can I just say a big hello to all the YouTube viewers who don't get to see the chat as we do on Facebook and everything else, so that's why it's good that you read them out, but just want to, so they don't think we forget about them. We don't.
Oh no, we don't. Well, I mean, we only started the YouTube channel so that people could watch it on their big screen TVs in their living room.
But some people.
If you have the ability to go into YouTube on your TV in your living room, what you can do is you can watch this here. The only thing is you don't see the banter through the text messages. But even so, it allows you to sit in your living room. Though having said that, my mum sits with it on the big TV, on her laptop and on her phone. So, you know, she's making sure she misses nothing. Yeah, so, and I mean, already we have over 60 regular viewers on the YouTube channel every week as well, which amazed us. To be honest, when we started this, we thought if it's just me and Roy and maybe my mum will support us, we thought that will be it. But some of the viewing figures are actually quite scary. They're up in the 23,000. So that's absolutely fantastic. And we are happy that you're enjoying it. Talking of enjoying it, I know that you'll enjoy this next band. It is Quilly True Blues. This is them playing at Ballygowan on Black Saturday 2019. Great there from Quilly. A few more text messages coming in. People asking about donations. So what I'll do is during the next clip, I will get the numbers and put the details on the chat here in case anybody wants to start donating. I believe the lines are open, but I'm not 100% certain. But, you know, we will try. It's just through text message. You just simply text to this number. Anne and Ronnie want me to say hello to Kenny and Stella. We are a bit late tonight. They were in Belfast. Is that Kenny and Stella Harbinson, Anne? Stella's not too popular or two various names. So yeah, so hopeful. Well, hello to you anyway. Jack Gildea is asking any Imperial Corps of Drums Liverpool on tonight, and I have a confession to make. I have a clip of Imperial Corps of Drums Liverpool, and I had it in for tonight's show. However, I was meant to go in and identify a start and end point on it, and I forgot, and we can't do that when we're in the middle of live. The whole clip? Is it?
The whole clip's only 5 minutes, and it's just the only reason I think Lisa had asked for start and finish is because the band start playing a tune and then they break straight into another tune and break into another tune, but they're not big long tunes.
Oh right, okay.
I think
no,
the clip...
it was me left that note. Just need to work out start and the end time. It wasn't Lisa.
Right.
It was me who left that, and I meant to go back to it, but I completely forgot.
Have you taken the line out?
I've just unhid it there. Yeah. Hi Val, did you ever get the Everton Road flute band from Merseyside? Asks William Bell. No, I haven't. I haven't managed to find them, but there's loads of tapes here that eventually I'll maybe get time to get through. There's nearly 200 tapes, the Gordon Corbett collection. It's just amazing that Gordon donated to them, and once again, thank you. Adrian and Hans are saying that you can see the comments on YouTube. You can, but the writing is quite small, but they are still coming up. But
that's only whenever you're on screen. Whenever the bands are on screen and things like that.
Not during
it does miss some of the clips, or it does miss anything. If anybody types anything when the bands are playing, then it doesn't catch it up. So
yeah, but Scott Clark has asked, can you play the Facebook stream on your TV if it's a smart TV? I'm going to be honest, Scott, and tell you I don't know. Can we, Roy?
Can you what? Sorry.
Can you play the Facebook stream on your TV if it's a smart TV?
Some TVs have the app and the ability to do it. Some TVs may have just Facebook on there, and all you can look at is fit pictures. But yes, the technical answer is yes, you can if you've got the right TV with the right app installed. But so if you've got a smart TV, you'd probably be best just watching it on YouTube. Plus, you get to see it quicker because there's less of a delay on YouTube than there is on Facebook.
But you don't get the you don't get the chat.
The chat, but there is chat. But there is chat there, and I now have my laptop set up beside me with the YouTube stream on it, so if anybody chats in there, I can respond straight back to them.
Okay, well, before we go to our next band, David wants me to say hi to Georgina, Kyle, and to Alan. So hi to you all. I always feel, a bit daft saying hi to everyone, but hi to you all. And I hope that whenever we all get back to more normality and get back on the street, that if you see me at a parade somewhere, do stop me and say hello and tell me your name so that I can put a face to the name and actually say, because it's got to the stage I feel I know all your names, especially this next one. For some reason, the name Eddie Torney just keeps ringing in my head. I wonder why that would be, Roy.
I've got no idea, but it does. It the same happens to me as well, and the name just keeps popping up in places where I never expected to.
Do you want to?
Is it got anything to do with the window display?
I think he's in East Belfast, Protestant Boys. I'm not sure.
No, I'd heard that it joined Ballysillan Volunteers.
All right, okay. Oh well, maybe it has. Well, let's play the clip of the next band anyway.
Aye.
And that was. It was, of course, Ballyhalbert, especially for you, Eddie. We couldn't not have it. That Lisa one's such a pleaser. Lindsay Dunbar says Andy Milligan is playing a blinder there. Scott says he loves Oma playing this and doing the wee spin while walking down the road. I haven't seen that. We'll have to see if you can find a clip of that one. That would be good to see. Good evening, Anne Lewins. Nice to hear from you. We are all keeping well. Hope you are too. Joy is saying that she watches Facebook Live on the Amazon Fire Stick on the TV and gets all the chats, comments. And William watches on Smart TV using YouTube. And let me just go back through here. Lisa is using Chromecast to the TV, and Joy says yes, you can watch Facebook Live on Amazon and get the chats as well. And Scott is saying no, I'm saying you could just use your phone and then you hit the TV button and your phone comes up on the TV. That is far too complicated for me, but at least we know it's possible. Gillian says my little sick note is up and says thank you. Oh, hiya, Jensen. We're all thinking of you. Hopefully you get better soon. Gillian says one of his favorites, and he's up for meditation and parading. Oh, good for you. Or medication. I take it that should be meditation. Good for you, Jensen. Hopefully you feel better soon. Hopefully the bands will maybe give you a little bit of lift. So where do we go next? We are going to go to Ballyclare. This is Ballyclare Protestant Boys playing at the Mini 12th Parade in 2018. Ballyclare Protestant Boys there. Eddie says, with a bit more of Ballyhalbert, Jensen would feel a lot better. Jensen might, but I'm not so sure about the rest of this, Eddie. Yes. I don't trust you. What are you doing? Whew. Yes. Okay.
I wasn't on mute. So I just want to show a wee video of what
You
it was.
were mute all that time.
Yeah, I was. I didn't realise. So just before we go to the next band video, most people would have normally have headed out and gone to the coast on a Saturday night or whatever. And Port Stewart's not that far from Ballymoney. This was Port Stewart 36 minutes ago.
my God. Wow.
Just a wee bit wet.
Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. We were lucky then to get to Loy between showers, weren't we? Wow, that's madness.
Right, I need to get this video sorted again.
Absolutely crazy. Well, where were we at? I've lost myself now. Oh, I haven't announced the next video. That's okay.
I'm just I'll just get it reset.
Yeah, just catching up here. Mona Moore says Maguire's Bridge silver signed it well, Alan. So proud. Also would like to hear from Jim Durg, from your number one fan, Thomas in Maguire's Bridge. Hiya, Thomas. Gillian says it's only because Eddie Torney made a model of Jensen, blue molds and all. Oh dear. Now, Scott Clark says, fair play to Ballyhalbert, travelled the whole way down to Ballymena to play our Melody Day last year and stayed the whole day. They were scheduled to come down this year, but events meant that wasn't possible. Listen, we are going to be back bigger and better next year. Absolutely. Now, Lindsay says, thankfully we were there last Saturday and not this week. I know it would have been quite a miserable day if you'd have been down there today. Now, next up is another little accordion band. This one is from Kilray, a band who used to be very, very big in numbers. They're like every band. Bands always fluctuate in numbers, don't they? I mean, you have 2 or 3 years with big, big numbers, and then you have a few years where you drop off on that there. But the thing about it is it keeps coming back again, and that's the main thing. As long as it keeps, everybody can have a small year, as long as you keep coming back. So this is Lisla Grot Accordion Band playing on the 12th of July evening in 2018. I see some of you are donating already, and thank you so much. 100% of this goes to cancer research. It's nothing, Roy, and I don't take anything from it or get anything from it. We're only too delighted to be able to help them raise funds when they're missing their period this year. I'm going to try and get in touch with Mervyn again during this week and see if they can give us like kind of rolling updates during the night to see. I don't know whether that's possible for them to do or not, but if we can do that, we absolutely will. So thank you all so much for donating. I really, really appreciate it. Yeah, Listener Grot playing really well there. Everybody's saying about how well they're playing for a smallish band, which is absolutely fantastic. Tractor behind them and everything, Scott Clark says, yes.
And Valerie has stated, if we raise over £2,000, she'll do a 24-hour virtual band parade.
I did? When did you state that? No, I didn't say that at all. I didn't say that at all. As long as we beat the 60 quid that I've paid for the DVDs, I'll be happy. What was I going to say? There's something coming to my head. Yeah. Very few orange men walking there behind Listener Grot and a small band. So we need more orange men in Listener Grot Lodge, and we need more members in the accordion band. Keep the orange feet walking on the street in Kilray. Now, let's move to Ballycraigie Owl Boys. Just looking here. Lisa has a note in here that says, sorry, Valerie. So it's quite obviously the sash, but this is the hymn on the 12th day, 2018. Dinger getting the crowd motivated there the way nobody else has. Well, except young Jensen gets up and gets them going in the same way. You have to have the same showmanship there, Jensen, and I hope you're still practicing the Dinger shuffle. Now, Gillian says that Jensen does the Dinger dance and the press-ups as well. Absolutely brilliant. Really, really great crack. Kay Cunningham says lots of love from Greenock in Scotland. And yes, Gillian, it was the sash once again, but absolutely fantastic. He does indeed. Entertainer is the perfect word for him. Funny, I got him to do the Ulster Hall for me with the band, obviously, and I wanted him to go mad. That's what I wanted. I wanted that on the stage, but I think he was a bit worried, you know, with the occasion and where we were and all that kind of stuff. He was very, very calm on the night, and I was wanting the craziness of Dinger because to me that's just fantastic. Now, oh, Roy, I wish you would keep quiet. There's 20. Oh, too many. Far too many of you are liking this idea of 24 hours. David Pritchard says 24 Blood and Thunder. Scott Clark says 2 hours of just Valerie in the squeeze box. Are you nuts?
See, the thing about it is, Valerie, I could set up a 24-hour stream, no problem at all, but we wouldn't have to be on it. I could just put the sash on the lip.
Ugh. Joyce says 24-hour virtual parade, great idea. 24 hours of the Mighty Raven, says Robert Cleland. He's looking forward to that. I would donate £100. Oh, dear. These are putting ideas in my head. Putting ideas. Paul Donaldson says, great show tonight. Again, missed the real thing, but thanks. Well, I'm glad you are all enjoying it. Eddie wants to know when's Ballyhalbert on again. This time next year, Eddie. Now, we have got Orange.
Brian Emerson's a good lad.
I'd
say Brian Emerson's a really good lad, yeah.
Just because he loves your top. I just read the comment. He loves your top.
Yeah. He's got taste.
He needs glasses. Right.
Taste.
Our next band are Orangefield. This is them playing the United Nations March. superb from Orangefield. Absolutely fantastic. And as Penny Johnson said, it's great to hear the dynamics there. You tend not to bother with those too much in the road. It was as loud as I could get it, Penny. Was the only way to play it. Now, Eddie says that it looks like that's the end of Ballyhalbert for tonight. He's still waiting on Val. Don't know who she is, picking us. Tonight was Lisa's choice like she promised us to do. That is totally correct. I did promise to pick you guys. I haven't picked any yet. We've done the 12th ones. And then tonight is Lisa's choice. And then next week is going to be the cancer research. But I can promise faithfully, Eddie, that Ballyhalbert will be on my next night of picks, which might be the weekend after that. We'll see. But definitely. Lots of other requests coming on there. Brian Goody is asking for please, Valerie, play a bit of Lord Carson accordion, Pride of the Raven, or Black Skull Glasgow. I can't alter the show live. It's only if Lisa's sort of like in the background that we can do something. But they what I was going to say, we do all go through the requests and check through the requests and then include them in a future week's show. Now, we tried last night to play a clip by this next band from the 12th day, but the whatever of it was changed from public to private, so we weren't able to do it. So Lisa has very kindly included a clip of them this evening. This is Crimson Star Flute Band playing at Bangor Protestant Boys Parade in 2019. Good to see them after us trying to get them included last night for the 12th. Now, where do we go next? We need a little bit of pipe. So this is Inverary and District playing their March Strathspey and Reel in 2017 at the World Pipe Band Championships. I still think I could do that. I think I could do. I always wanted to do that. Did you notice that their tenor drums are all different notes as well? They're all different notes coming down. Does anybody else remember tenor drums and accordion bands? I do. Do you remember it, Roy?
As I keep saying, Valerie, I'm not as old as you, son, not remember things like that. That was over 60 years ago. They had tenor drums and accordion bands.
I'll tell you something now. One of those clips I was watching today, it must have been 1994. Tenor drums in Gary Duff flute band. So there you go, Roy Kennedy. If you're watching, there you go. Tenor drums in the flute band. I think
94. You must have been what, 45, 46?
It's only lumped to you, kiddo. It's only lumped to you. Now, where are we going to go next? Are we ready with Imperial?
We are.
We are. This is the Imperial Corps of Drums, Liverpool. We managed to.
It's worth playing the full 5 minutes of this clip. That's what I think, anyway.
Okay. superb there. Some ring off the bass drum, and also the piccolo was coming floating across that there. Absolutely lovely. Really, really, really well done. Loads of people on commenting about how great it was, class band. Carl says it was some experience to play at the Belfast 2-2. Eddie says, once I play Ballyhalbert again, China will give you a discount in the shop. Now, Eddie, you and I both know that that will never happen. So that was from the Belfast 2 in 2018. I just saw someone, William Smith, wash your mouth out. William wants to know, could we have a Blood and Thunder night some night soon? Somebody else.
And why not?
So I saw somebody else talking about a melody flute band some night.
Well, if all the melody flutes were like Lisburn Young Defenders and Liverpool there, then I'd have no hassles at all doing that.
Trevor remembers that Staffordstown Accordion had one. I also saw someone else commenting that Listener Grot had one as well. Ballymena Corps of Drums has a tenor drum but haven't been used in a while. Brian, tenor in squeeze box bands were particularly class. Muriel wants to know what age you're making her out to be.
But Mummy, we all know that you've still got the fountain of youth in your side. Which that gene didn't pass down to Valerie.
Oh, I love seeing Squirmin' and Hook. It's absolutely so much fun.
You what?
Now, where are we going next? Let us go to Gold Springs True Defenders. This is them at Portadown True Blues Parade in 2017, and they are playing Dolly's Bray. Brian Emerson, me and you are going to fall out. Absolutely.
And David Sheridan, yes, I fully know there's more than two melody flute bands, and more Young Defenders, Balnaran, bands of that. I said bands of the standard of Lisburn Young Defenders and Liverpool. So therefore, you've got.
You don't.
And Brian, yes, she's old not to be my mum.
I am going to start huffing. Honest to goodness, I
honestly don't mind. You can huff away because I play the videos, so it's only if I huff you have to worry about.
Brian, I was going to be all nice to you, and our next band lined up was a silver band. I think we'll just skip it. What do you think, Roy? Oh, what am I asking you for? You'll side with them. Go on ahead and play it. This is Churchill Silver Band. Our director, wonderfully played by Churchill Silver Band.
I just wish
Jim
somebody
Elliott.
had taken the blooming flutes out of those people's mouths. Not the flutes, the whistles at the back. It's just that whistle now annoying the whole way through that. Whistle blowing.
I wonder what you were up about there.
Yeah, whistle.
Jim Elliott and Stephen Black have suggested an accordion band night. They've suggested an accordion band, Roy. What do you think of that? An accordion band night?
Yes, let's do it.
Michelle agrees. Michelle agrees.
Um,
No.
at the end of the day, Valerie, I don't mind because you're the one. You're the one that just knows that I just keep pushing for another Blood and Thunder night, which was very successful.
Myrtle says you should try living with Brian Emerson. Myrtle, you deserve a medal, an absolute medal. Oh my goodness, you poor woman. Oh, dear. No, I don't think we could do another show of the reason Roy got doing a Blood and Thunder night was because he was covering for me. So the idea of having a
covering for you.
Yeah, because I wasn't there.
Yeah, that doesn't make much difference.
Roy showed me earlier on. I'm on the coke this evening. Roy earlier on showed us his Bacardi, daiquiris, and his Southern Comfort. No more drinking on the show, Roy. You get far too cocky. Far too cocky. Let's play the next band. It is Loyal Sons of Benna. This is them at Kilcloney's 70th anniversary parade in 2019, and they are playing Build My Gallows. Before I forget, someone earlier on had asked for us to play Orange Men from Cross McGlen. Don't forget, you can get all of the videos for our songs from our Loyalist Karaoke Night, one of which of those, Dolly's Bray's on there as well. And if you would like to learn the words of the sash and Derry's Walls, they are also on there for you to play as many times as it takes for you to learn them. If it's my wee mate, it's probably going to take her about 4 years to learn them, but as long as the words are learned, that's all I asked for. Now, one of the melody bands which Roy forgot to mention was this next one, who are a superb melody band. This is Derry Lauren Boyne Defenders, playing at their own parade in 2019. Like that big drummer style now. Just so casual. Just, I don't know, I like that. Gillian says her little boy is deaf. That's our little Jensen. Is deaf in one ear. And his audiologist says he has the perfect hearing for a successful marriage. Do you think that Jensen would loan Myrtle his hearing devices so that she can switch Brian off every so often? Because oh, you must have a hard life, Myrtle. I am so sorry for you. I really, really, really am. Now, where are we going to go next? Yes, we are going to go to Clocker next. This is Clocker Protestant Boys. And while we're doing it, I've only had one birthday tonight. So if there's any more birthdays, let us know during the next tune, and then we can include them all after that. So this is Clocker playing at Everton Road, Carson Trail in... Oh, you had the birthdays lined up. Well, I haven't got any yet. I've only got the one. Is your mic switched on or off? Oh. Roy's chatting away there, but he's getting a video lined up, so that's why he hasn't switched his mic on. That doesn't make sense at all. So this is Clocker Protestant Boys. So, have we any birthdays? One more. Where's that? Let's scroll back here. Birthday for yes. Edward's birthday was yesterday. Happy birthday, Edward. And our other birthday was Violet Larmer from Spring Martin, and that was coming from Bill and Mary in Scotland. So happy birthday to you both, and happy birthday to anyone who has one coming up or has one just passed. So this is from all of us here at Ulster Bandsfour. Happy birthday to you all. Morris's birthday is on Tuesday. So happy birthday to you for Tuesday, Morris, as well. Hopefully you're all doing something nice. Someone had asked earlier on for Lord Carson Accordion Band. We haven't got them on the list, but we do have this next one. This is Parkinson Accordion Band, and they are playing Highland Cathedral, and it's from the Festival of Marching Bands in 2014. Lovely, lovely tune there, Highland Cathedral. Now, we're down to our last two bands of the night. We started out this show an hour and then it extended to an hour and a half. In the past while, it's been running along 2 hours. So we've done 2 hours this evening. But thank you all for staying with us. So our next band is the one and only Shangle Protestant Boys. Shangle Protestant Boys there. Obviously, in the days before social distancing, can you imagine that band?
Nothing.
Can you imagine that band socially distanced? I mean, take 2 streets for them. Now, Ronald Jackson McMillan has just joined us from the USA. Ronald, you're a little bit late. We're just about to play our last tune of the evening. But if you go onto our channel, you will see all the other shows from various previous weeks. This is our 41st one now. We didn't think we would go as long as this, but we have. So the good thing about it is what I'm noticing is that they're starting to open sporting events for, you know, small numbers of people. I think it's the one of the cup finals. They're allowing 500 fans, Irish Cup final. So that's a good sign. And I've noticed quite a few bands now getting their plans in place for their parades towards the end of August and September. So fingers crossed, if everybody sticks to all the guidelines that they're meant to do and adheres to them all, then hopefully the restrictions will keep lifting and lifting and lifting. And we'll go back to some parades this year, because at one stage we didn't think we were going to have any. So that is brilliant. So don't forget to join us next Friday and Saturday night, 8 o'clock here on the channel. It is, of course, our charity weekend. We are collecting money for charity or for cancer research instead of the Ballymoney Cancer Parade. So we're going to look at old videos of cancer parades from many years gone by, and honestly, you ought to see the changes. It's amazing. And also the differences in the bands. There's some fantastic clips on it. So this is our last band of this evening. Thank you for all being with us here for the 2 hours. Glad you stuck us for this length of time. This is Ulster Grenadiers flute band at East Belfast Protestant Boys Parade in 2019. We will see you all next weekend. Have a great week, and in the meantime, kick the flutes to the mouth, because we're coming to the tune.
And just before we play the last video, can I just say a massive thank you to our outside broadcast team of Dunloy Accordion Band for cooperating this evening. And actually, you know, that first tune that they played this evening was just played especially for us on virtual band parades tonight. They weren't due to kick off to 8:30, but because of the way we were doing things and everything else, and to get the timing right and everything else, they said to play a tune at the very start just for us, so that we could play it for you guys. So feeling rather privileged that we were able to do that this evening.
Yep, and also thanks to Lisa for picking all the clips this evening. I'm sure you'll agree she did a fantastic job. So see you all again next week, folks. Bye.
when England's glorious sun in 1688 was overcast with treason's cloud and popery stood elate, that up arose her Protestants, the peasant and the peer, and vowed the chain of perjure James that they would not dainty wear. They sought them out a prudent chief to guide their heart and zeal, to lead them on that victory might bless their flashing steel. And who so fit to guide that host in all its bright array as William, Prince of Orange, ere he landed at Torbay? Then up arose the mighty chief and left his native shore, and rode upon the stormy waves our freedom to restore. Upon his flag was blazoned forth, high fluttering o'er the main, that our religion and our laws he ever would maintain. 'Twas then in gallant style he stood upon the vessel's prow, with victory on his flashing sword and wisdom on his brow. And tens of thousands greeted him upon his natal day, when he, our glorious Orange chief, first landed at Torbay. Come, brethren of the Orange bond, a bond ne'er to be riven. Whene'er we give great William's name, a bumper must be given. For if you'd fire a feu de joie to him who victory won, come prime and load and see you get charge into your gun. The eloquence of bumpers full, there's nothing can surpass. There's not expresses kindred soul like friendship's social glass. And thus we give our song and toast with 3 times 3 huzzah, the memory of King William and his landing at Torbay. The memory of King William and his landing at Torbay.